When driving conditions are poor, we have to follow further behind the vehicles ahead of us. This is because our stopping distance is increased. So, when we look at a vehicle braking, the force of friction determines how fast a vehicle stops. So, if there's contact force between two surfaces that oppose acceleration, that can be braking. A push or pull on an object in a force, and a force is going to be measured in newtons. So, adding together all of the forces that are on an object, whether positive or negative, no matter what direction, are going to determine its net force. When a car is stopping, there are three forces: the force of friction between the tires on the road, the force of air resistance, and the force applied to the brakes. We also want to know the mass of the object. So, mass is a scalar quantity measured in kilograms. The direction doesn't matter. It is the quantity of matter in a subject. The more mass there is in an object, the larger the force needed to stop that object. So, it's harder to stop a school bus than it would be a motorcycle. So again, what would stop first, a Mini Cooper or a semi-truck? Well, the Mini Cooper, because even if they're traveling at the same velocity, there is less mass in the Mini Cooper, so less forces are being applied to it. So kinematics is how things move, when dynamics is why things move, and these are Newton's forces. In a balanced system where all the forces equal zero, there's not going to be any acceleration. So we're going to be looking at constant motion. Newton's second law is that an object will accelerate in the direction of the force. So if the force is positive, that object is going to move in the direction that the force is being applied. Force, we measure in newtons, mass, we're going to measure in kilograms, and acceleration in meters per second squared. When you're given an object, one thing that you can do is draw a free body diagram. Now this shows all the forces acting on an object in the proper direction. So the force of friction will draw an object backwards, the force of gravity will pull an object downwards, the tension on the rope will take that object forward. So you can draw these for all the questions to determine your positive and negative forces on an object.